guys, here's a video. We're going to solve for literal equations today. That's what we practiced today in class. So remember, a literal equation is an equation that sometimes represents specific measurements, especially in math science, which is real life examples. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a specific measurement because we could still solve for literal equations using random variables and sometimes also numbers. So this is the literal equation we're working with, which is a equals 1/2 r times p, and we're going to solve for r. So we have to think about the first thing we're doing is to circle r because we know that is what we're solving for. So I'm going to circle r because I need to get r totally by itself, and I'm noticing 1/2 and p is attached to it. So what I want to do is I want to get those things away from r. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of 1/2. So I'm going to draw my division sign, and I'm going to divide by 1/2 here. Okay, what I do to one side, I'm going to do the other. This cancels out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm not done yet because I'm noticing I need to simplify fully. So if I have a divided by 1/2, we're dividing by a fraction, and whenever we divide by a fraction, we want to use KFC. So I'm going to keep the a on top because that's staying the same, and instead of division, I'm going to change the division sign to multiplication, and then I'm going to have to flip my fraction 1/2 to 2/1. So this is how I'm going to simplify the left side. So if I do this, a times 2/1 is just 2a. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the rest of what I have over here. So I still have on the other side, I still have left equals rp. Now I don't want to lose sight of what I'm doing, so I'm still solving for r, so I'm going to circle that r again. So I need to isolate for r. Now I'm noticing r and p are being multiplied, so the inverse operations of that is to divide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by p on both sides, because what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. And then I'm going to rewrite my equation solving for r. So that means r is going to be equal to 2a divided by p. And this is final answer. Great. We're going to do another example again using variables once again. So next example we are going to do is going to be LW minus D equals F. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to solve for the first thing I need to do is I need to circle that W because that's what I need to get alone. So circling it, I need to draw that line down my equal sign. So I'm seeing that I have a negative D and an L next to the W to get rid of it. So I'm going to start with getting rid of D. I'm noticing it's negative, so I'm going to turn it into a positive. So they cancel out on the left side. What I do to one side, I have to do the other. Okay, so this cancels out. Now I'm still left with on the left side, LW, okay, is equal to. Now, I cannot combine f and d because they are not the same variable, so I'm just going to rewrite it as an addition expression. So f plus d is on the right side of my equal sign, but I'm not done yet because I'm still noticing here that I have to get w alone. I'm noticing L is attached, so it's multiplication. The inverse of that is division, so I'm going to divide by L on both sides. I'm going to cancel L here, and then I'm left with final answer, W equals F plus D divided by L. So all you have to do is when you're solving for literal equations, you want to make sure that you are using inverse operations and you're simplifying the most, just like we did on the left side, how we got rid of the 1/2 and we simplified it to become 2a. So keep that in mind when you're working with literal equations using the skills you know.